Hey y'all. So I just got done watching NWA Back for the Attack, and this was great. This was a great pay-per-view. Unfortunately, it also had the distinction of being another tribute show to Fallen Russia. I feel like we've had a lot of those recently, but this was a tribute show to Joseph Hudson. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know a whole lot about Joseph Hudson outside of a limited knowledge of Josephus and and the question mark. But when somebody dies, that young, and I don't know if they know what caused it yet, or they don't. But when someone died, just I I want to say in the prime of their career, it's always a heartbreaking thing to experience, especially when he has a little boy. I don't know. I think he's 10 or something. That's that's always unimaginable. I do not envy the situation, but as a tribute show to Joseph Hudson, this was really good. This was a really good show on its own, but just the emotional crescendo of it was Nick Aldis versus Aaron Stevens. Aaron Stevens was close friends with the question mark on screen. Also, I bet off screen too. It sounded like they had a good relationship. And that was really good. What they did was, in the wake of his passing, they announced Aaron Stevens versus Nick Aldis for the NWA title, and Boyers for the main event. This was a great match. This was a great showing for Aaron Stevens. This put him on the map with me when he's kind of been floundering. I don't want to sound pessimistic or insensitive or something like that, but this match put him on the map with me. But I do wonder, had Joseph not died, what the original plan would have been. Yeah, like I say, this was a great match, but Aaron on the map has made a new star, but you just wonder when you have something like that, you just wonder what would have happened and they changed the card like that, you just wonder what would have happened if the individual hadn't died. But that's not even an issue compared to him passing away and just the little minute thing that I was wondering about. I take nothing away from Aaron, definitely take nothing away from Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis is my guy. Not only is he my guy, but he's the top guy. He's not. Yeah, on this show, and I don't think it could have come in any other way, but on this show, it kind of made it seem like he wasn't a face, he wasn't a heel, he wasn't even a tweener either. He was just the top guy in the NWA, and that's what he's always been with me. I mean, whether he's been a heel or he's been a face, I still love him because he's a top guy in the NWA. And I get it. People would have liked to see Aaron Stevens win, but I don't think so. No disrespect to Aaron Stevens, absolutely no disrespect to the man, but he is not on Nick Aldis's level. He had not been well, indeed, he's not on the level to take the championship from him. I mean, he has been presented in a way, and he kind of broke that mold on the show, which was great. But it would have been pessimistic and short-sighted to put the title on Aaron Stevens and kind of disrespectful to Nick Aldis and Joseph Hudson. I mean, kind of disrespectful to them to just take the title off of Nick to give it to Aaron just for that feel-good moment because Joseph died. Again, no disrespect to anyone involved. Absolutely no disrespect to anyone involved. The rest of the show was really good. I mean, we had a fatal four-way. I mean, it wasn't very for anything, I don't guess, other than the pecking order, other than to establish some new stars, which was great. It was, let me see, it was, I'm gonna be honest, I forget who was in this match. It was a good match, but I just forget who was in it. Because they're not recognizable names enough yet. Crimson was in it. I do know that. I thought he was really good. One of the guys had a great spot. I know we've seen this before, but he was outside the ring. I think Crimson was in the turnbuckle or something. Maybe it was Jake. I can't remember that name, but Jake was in this match too. He had a spot where he was outside the ring. A guy who was in the turnbuckle. He jumped in the ring and just snapped off a suplex. Just hit him with a jump suplex, and I thought that was great. And in the end, someone wins. I am really sorry. I don't really know the names of the guys in this Fatal 4-Way, but it was a good match, I'll say that. Next up, we have... Well, next up, what I want to talk about is the Pope and Tommy Adamir for the TV title. I thought this was really good. They've extended the slot for the television title from 6:05 to 10:05. I don't know why they did that. I upped it though, because not only did both men get a chance to sign really well, but they went to timing it. So, I don't know if that means this feud is going to continue because they have unfinished business. I mean, they're definitely going to have another match somewhere down the line. But this was a really good match. Good showing for both Pope and Tom. Next up, we get a match that I was really looking forward to. We get Camille... sorry. No, it was before the TV title match. I'm sorry. We got Tyrus versus Kratos. I thought this was a good match too. A great big man match. There was some psychology, some teamwork by Tyrus. I thought that was really good. And at the end of the day, Kratos did good, but at the end of the day, Tyrus kind of dominated him, and he got a big win on this national NWA stage, and I thought that was great. And what I was thinking, somewhere down the line, not right away, not even like in a month or two, but somewhere down the line, I'd love to see Tyrus versus Nick Aldis for the NWA title. I'll talk about what I think is going to happen with the NWA title in its immediate future in just a minute. But in the end, Tyrus wins with the big elbow drop. This was a great match. This was a good match for what it was. Then we get maybe match of the night for me. I'm torn between the NWA title match and this match, but this was my second most looked forward to match other than the NWA title match. We got Camille versus Thunder Rosa for the number one contendership to the NWA title. This was a great match. I mean, this was a power bars between Thunder Rosa and Camille. I mean, a lot of submission grabbing, a lot of jujitsu moves. At one point, I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa is on the ground, and she just jumps up and snaps Camille's arm in a cross arm breaker. I thought that was great. This was some great wrestling by both ladies. I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people are high on the Lights Out match between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, which I will watch that again, but I think this was a much better match. Honestly, no disrespect to Britt Baker, but I just thought this was a better match overall. Both ladies got a chance to sign to prove why they're in the position that they're in. And this went a good 15, 20 minutes. It was maybe the youngest match on the card, or neck and neck with the NWA title match. I don't really remember. But in the end, Camille hit a spear to Thunder Rosa. And she set up for second one and she hit it. Both look great. I mean, I like the second one more than the third one. I kind of think that's why she did the second one, but I don't know. The third one, it looked like she kind of just tackled her. I don't know what it was. I don't know if that was just me. I don't know if that was other people saw that too, but the second spear looked a lot better. And she won, and she's the number one contender for the NWA Women's title against Serena Deeb, which I don't know when she's going to be back, but while I'm thinking about it, I want to talk about something else too. The NWA talent Betsy's the women's division, like Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. They've been showing up at AEW, which I think has been great. I think they've given us great matches. Oh, and Allysin Kay was in AEW too. I think they've given us some great matches, but and I don't know if NWA and AEW really have a working relationship. I mean, I know Nick Aldis is skilled to Cody. He had two bangers with him at All Out, All In, and NWA 70. But I don't know if they have a partnership going. I think that would be a good idea to have a partnership going, because maybe if people are on the fence about buying NWA shows, and that's the thing, you have to buy them now, which I don't begrudge them for that. You gotta make your money back somehow, but you have to buy them now, and I think some people from NWA, yeah, some top guys and goals on AEW could maybe bolt the sales, bolt the intrigue. I mean, and maybe it won't. Maybe NWA won't have a working relationship with AEW, but I think they should. I mean, I think it'd be just for me. Just from my perspective, I think it'd be a good idea. I think it'd be a good idea to do that. I don't know if Allysin Kay come back to the NWA. I kind of wager that he is, but I don't know. Next up, we got Chris Adonis versus Trevor Murdoch for the NWA National title. Now, this was a good match. This was a great big man match. At one point, Trevor Murdoch was on the top rope, and Chris Adonis just kind of swatted him away. Yeah, he was flying, and Chris Adonis just kind of swatted him away, which I thought was good. I love Trevor Murdoch on the D, but I think they did a lot for Chris Adonis, especially in the post-match beatdown of Adonis to Trevor Murdoch when he lost. I think that was really great. What happened was Chris Adonis had the Matriarch sent in, well, kinda sent in, but Trevor Murdoch got in the victory roll and retained against Chris Adonis, which I think is good. I think it's good. They're gonna have another match, with the post-match attack, and I think that's gonna be great. But now we get to the main event, which was Nick Aldis versus Aaron Stevens. I talked about this at the beginning, but this was a great match. This was a phenomenal showing for Stevens. Also, I don't know if it was just me, and the laptop I used it on was kind of older, but watching the match on Fight, well, at least from my laptop, there was a lot of technical difficulties. And, yeah, like I say, I don't know if that was everyone or if it was just me, but there was a lot of technical difficulties. And I don't think it was NWA's fault. That's always been an issue with these types of streaming services. I mean, even bigger services like Netflix and Disney Plus. I mean, buffering has always kind of been an issue with these types of services. I think it more had to do with a lot. I think it had to do with a lot of people logging in and watching at once, but I'm not sure. But overall, this was a great match. This was a great tribute show, some great back and forth between Nick Aldis and Aaron Stevens, put Aaron Stevens on the map, and in the end, Nick Aldis reverses a cradle into a victory for Nick Aldis, as it should. Because Aaron Stevens, you're phenomenal, you're great, but Nick Aldis is just on another level. If there was ever a title made specifically for wrestler, I'd say the NWA title was made for Nick Aldis. He just looked phenomenal with it. He doesn't have I don't guess he has an ounce of fat on him. The guy doesn't look like he had a cough in a while. He looks in phenomenal shape. So, overall, this was a great pay-per-view. Honestly, I'm probably only gonna buy the pay-per-views and not buy the wiki shows because that'd just be too consuming. Again, no judgment to them for charging, no judgment at all, because you gotta make your money somehow, and NWA has been really hurting in this pandemic and stuff. I'm glad they're back. I'm glad they're back on the streaming service. They're back on the network. And hopefully this works out for them. Hopefully a lot of people tune in every week because NWA is phenomenal. And if you haven't seen any NWA content, you can watch the first, I think, 10 or 12 episodes on the Fight Network for free because they were on YouTube for free to begin with. If you want a sample of what the NWA is all about, Nick Aldis versus Tim Storm for the NWO title is a good place to start. Like I say, NWA just phenomenal. I'm glad it's back for the attack. I'm really, really glad about that. Rest in peace, Joseph Hudson. I'm sorry to speak for you, sir, but I think he's saying that his boy did him proud. His brother-in-law, the wrestler that performed, they did him proud. And this was a great show. This was a sad show, but it was a great one. So, guys, thank you for listening to my review, my little mini rant. Thank you for it. Guys, have a good day and have a good rest of the week. I'll see you when I see you.